Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to another Tuesday night streaming fun. And as you can see from our lovely screen, we are actually at the secret hidden options screen. And the reason that logo looks familiar is we are playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project for the NES. I want to go ahead and start on here just so we can lay it all out that I am using the extra lives and putting it on easy difficulty. However, I'm not going to use any Game Genie code, so while technically I am playing the game with a bit of an advantage. I am not doing it in any way that was not built into the game itself. As I said, this time we're not doing any Game Genie codes, but figured a few extra lives, make it a little easier, increase the odds I'm going to get through this without dying before you see too many levels. But yeah, so we're going to set it to 7 lives, easy difficulty, exit. But yeah, figured this would be a good follow-up after doing Tournament Fighters. This is one that I rented a few different times, and yeah, we're just going to skip that intro. Because it's the Ninja Turtles, you pretty much know what we're doing here. We are saving the day. But yeah, this is one that I think a lot of like casual players and stuff, or folks that, you know, are going back and playing old games but weren't actively playing it at the time, kind of overlook. Because, you know, the Turtles 2, the arcade game, was, as the subtitle indicates, you know, it was the original arcade port. It was a fantastic game. You know, it's the icon. When you talk about, you know, Ninja Turtle games, that's the one that, you know, everybody defaults to because it was hugely popular arcade game. Great port on the NES. And yeah, see, since it's easy difficulty, these guys die in one hit, which is good. Because I'm outnumbered, but yeah, and then you'll get people, and there's a huge fan base for Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, because it was the arcade sequel. Whereas the Manhattan Project was a NES exclusive, so it didn't have that arcade port hype to it. And a lot of people, you know, as I said, because Turtles in Time was also an arcade game, it was seen as the true sequel and all this. And I have nothing against Turtles in Time. It's I'm sure I'll play it at some point on the stream, but to me it's just one of those things that this is going to be kind of like, again, awkward saying. I'm not trying to pick sides in any debate, but to me, I always liked the Manhattan Project. You know, I consider the original arcade game, the Turtles 2, as far as console NES standards go, you know, to be the best. But I always thought that between Turtles in Time and Manhattan Project, I always enjoyed Manhattan Project more. I thought Turtles in Time got a little too crazy with the time traveling gimmick. Like, I know for you hardcore Turtle fans that time travel was a part of the original Mirage comics done by, sides got me, done by Eastman and Laird, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, to use their full names. But, you know, it's building a whole video game around that especially one that was a major arcade port. To me that was pushing too much into the weird territory that like the cartoon got into in the especially in the later seasons, and like the Archie comics, which were well written, but they were clearly aimed at a younger audience that was just more about God. Hesitated while I was talking and fell in the hole second time. And no, we're not having fun falling in the hole, Donnie. Because yes, out of the 4 turtles... Okay. Yes, I'll stick with Donatello. Yes, out of the 4 turtles, Donatello's my go-to. Always will be. There we go. Would be nice to see a game like this where... Let's see, I'll watch his pattern here. Burn lives on the bosses here. Old Rocksteady. My boy Rocksteady. But yeah, I just... Like, to me, I always like the Ninja Turtles when they're ground in a somewhat realistic setting and they're the outlier characters. It's like, because I think that's part of what makes the idea of the mutants, whether it's the Turtles themselves or people like Rocksteady and his partner Bebop. Yeah, but I burned a whole life on him. See, this is why we had to change the difficulty level and add some more lives, folks, because I enjoy playing these styles games, these arcade beat-em-ups, but I am not necessarily highly skilled at them. Ba-ding. But yeah, what I was saying was... I gotta love the self-tracking surfboard. Video game logic! But yeah, what I'm saying is like... the whole idea of the mutants and, like why the turtles have to, like, live in isolation and hide from your average citizen and stuff, like, that concept's a lot easier to, like, buy into as an internal logic thing. When you don't have a bunch of, like, aliens and demons and mythological creatures just, like, wandering around the streets. Like, that's one of those things where I say, you can do the crossovers with... characters like Usagi Yojimbo, because you're traveling to his world. But, like, I wouldn't want to see the Ninja Turtles in a setting like DC or Marvel's continuity. Because then it's like, oh, you're a weird-looking ninjas. Like, we have 2 of those on every block in New York City. It's like, it wouldn't be much of a reaction, for the average citizen that's used to seeing the Avengers fighting aliens in the middle of New York City. To it's hard to see which ones are on my plane or not. But and as opposed to like the Ninja Turtles world where there's a relatively small amount of mutants, and so the average person doesn't know about them, it kind of gives them that cryptid thing, like they're they're legendary creatures like Bigfoot. So, which I always thought that was a good good part of the storytelling, especially when you get into characters like Michelangelo's, portrayed as being very I see like the choppers. I gotta follow their shadow tracking to. When you fight 2-dimensionally on a 2.5 dimensional plane. But yeah, like Michelangelo's always portrayed as just a very socially active person who wants to make friends. So it's like, knowing that he has to be selective in how he approaches people so he doesn't freak them out by the nature of what he is. It's like that's stuff that the better Turtle continuities have touched on. And it addresses a lot of real world parallels. And it's like, that's storytelling worth doing. Because it can add that... Yeah. Come on, come on. Yep, there you go. I'm just not even trying. Gotta get in our rhythm. Never mind, it's dead anyway. Yeah, like you can add depth with that without the story in general being too dark and moody. Just be like, oh my god, a turtle! It's like, oh yeah, my bad, I forgot. Just a fun little thing to do on the sub. Woo! But you can't do it forever because then you'll fall off. The game will punish you for being lazy. Jump! Ah! God, see now I gotta watch the angles on 2 of them. With foot soldiers. Okay. Okay, good. I got the first one done. Ah! Okay, there we go. Come on, come on, come on. So yeah, that's just kind of my little literary review there. Yes. Yeah, I always like Donatello, the, you know, occasionally awkward, smart, techie guy who, you know, just wanted to help out the other turtles. You know, Leonardo's the the natural leader there. Raphael's the one that, you know, he's kind of the hot-headed troublemaker brother. You know, Mikey's the one that's everybody's friend. It's like, those are all great characters. Oh, it's Ground Chuck. Yeah, he was one of those, like, third-string mutants. Yeah, died right away. Woo! Come on, up. Ah! Jerk! You really were not doing so piss poorly that you needed to grab a pipe. No, don't mess with me, don't mess with me. Wait, can I do... Yes. There we go, there we go. See, now I'm starting to get some pattern here. Okay, I'll just hang out here. Ah, God. Pipe has just got a really weird hitbox. See, he got me once, and now I didn't have the time to get back over to where he was. I'm trying to be a smart player about this, and now it's just taking me all day. Get a few hits in. It's all about that lead pipe. I wasn't worrying about the reach on that, awkward reach on that lead pipe. This would be a lot less of a hassle. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. God, you just stop with the pipe. Seriously, like, what is... You're just infinite pipe swinging. There we go. Yeah, see, now that I'm dead, now you give up. God. Right back to the pipe. You know what? That's it. Special move! Special move! Yeah, try not to use a special move too much, because it does... Dang it. Didn't mean to do it that time. Because it does use up your hit 1 bar of your energy. So I've been trying to avoid it, but yeah, that pipe swinging was just not working for me. So yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, I would like to see... I know a lot of the Turtle games, they keep making them as different cartoon shows and movie continuities come out. And I would like to see a Turtle game where you get people like Casey Jones or selectable players, where you get more than just the 4 turtles. Especially if it was like different missions. I'd say for the main story mode, yeah, play the turtles. But then have like side mission... Oh, God, completely forgot about the rolly balls on this level. But yeah, and then have like a side mission where it's see, these guys take 2 hits because they're 3rd stage villains, so they're extra hard. Come on. There we go. But yeah, but yeah, have a game where you can do. Okay, so apparently you got to go down. Can't hide up. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, little grates. But yeah, this is, since we skipped part of the intro video, as you're starting to see, this is called the Manhattan Project because Shredder, and Krang, anti-gravity theft Manhattan Island, so. But it's also a reference to the development of the atomic bomb, which was known as the Manhattan Project. So it's a nice historical reference for the edutainment. It is important to have edutainment in your video games. Things must be, things that children might play must have a certain level of educational value, or else parents will feel that children are wasting their time with it. Which, is I don't have a problem with that, but at the same time, I'm sorry, sometimes shows just get, really way too in-depth with that. Yeah. Slash! See, you're not... Okay, see, now you're gonna be a jerk. Now, yep. There we go. Yep, there you go. Ah! You got me on jump down. Okay. Come on. Come on, Ryder. Come on, chameleon. Red, green, and gold. Red, green, and gold. Bye-bye, Slash. Okay, he wasn't too bad. Oh, pizza time. Yay. See, now we're really getting along in the levels. They're long enough to have mid-stage bosses. Think. Oh, you got a lot of stars? You just had to reload? Okay, well, while you're reloading, I'll smack you to death. But yeah, I grew up watching the original cartoon, and again, I'll freely admit, I actually, I did quit watching the cartoon before the last couple seasons, because, again, it hit the point where it was getting a little where I felt they had lost the plot point. And, as I was getting, I was, here we go. We're getting close to Bebop now. There's this Jeep. But, as I got a little older and all that, it was like, I don't want to watch something just because I used to enjoy it. It's like, it's okay to sit there and say, you know what, this really is not for me anymore. And it's not that I can't enjoy the old cartoon as an adult. Definitely those early seasons, but you enjoy it for different reasons than when you were a child. And okay, so he's tricky because don't kick me. How high up are you kicking me if I'm at the arc of my jump and your boot is hitting me? All right, let's just. Come on, there we go. Let's just special attack. Because I was going to die anyway, so let's just spam some special attacks. is definitely harder than Slash. Which makes sense because Slash was the mid-stage boss. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yeah! Woo! 1 hit point left. Good job. Yay! Turtle Blimp! But yeah, the last couple seasons where they introduced the new villain to replace Shredder and Krang was kind of that was kind of oddball, and they had the kid that mutated, but he like would shift back and forth from the human and the mutated mode. Like that was just it. Whee! Oh no! The island's falling apart because it's not meant to float in the air. Curse you, physics! Your law of gravity has ruined me again. But yeah, but the classic cartoon is good. I like the first 2 live-action movies. The one that's just Ninja Turtles and Secret of the Ooze. They are excellent movies. They age well. I enjoy them as an adult. A lot of Ninja Turtle talk tonight, folks. But more enemies. Just make sure I don't. Okay, all this stuff's still going good. You. Let's do this side of the screen nonsense. But yeah, like I'll even give it a 3rd live action movie. Like it's definitely, budget and design wise, like you can tell that they were not really wanting to invest a lot of money in the movie. And there's the humor is getting weak too, but I mean, there's a lot. The story itself is a good story with the time travel and the turtles having been teenagers for a few years now, kind of hitting that stage of adolescence where you're like, oh, am I always going to be this what's going to happen when I grow up and become an adult, and it's just that, and having to confront really real things like warlords and people being oppressed, as opposed to just Shredder and his kooky schemes and brainwashing troubled, angsty teens or making his own mutants. Like, there was a lot going on in Turtles 3. I feel like if they had, if the humor had not been so like pop culture ridden, and at the same time like trying to appeal to the little kids, and it just kind of, and it aimed for more of an all ages relevant style humor, which again you can do. Look at the first movie especially. Like, yeah, there's some cheesy jokes, but it's like the older brothers and parents can chuckle at them too. Like, there was some good stuff going on. But yeah, I think if they had retained more the tone of the first movie, that the basic plot with the time travel and kind of the question of, hey, is it time for us to grow up and quit being teenagers, or and when that does happen, will it break up the band, so to speak? Yeah, I think you could have told a really good Ninja Turtles story with that basic plot outline. And that's one of those things where I say I can totally see, as bad as that movie is in a lot of places, I can see how it got, you know, how the basic outline and probably first draft of the script or so got greenlit, because you can see some, you know, you can see some good gems to it. But then it just kind of fell into a weird place with some rewrites and bad humor, and I don't know, it's a thing. I can watch the third movie. It's definitely weaker than the first two. But it's not so horrible you feel bad watching it. And trust me, folks, there are a lot of movies that, like, I watch and I'm like, I regret spending the time watching this. Like, I've watched movies like that. Oh, they're coming from all directions. So, you know, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. There are movies I've watched that just made me feel bad for having done that. Or it's just been like, you know what? I'm never gonna do that again. No. And then you have the CGI one that was just called TMNT. And again, there's some awkward stuff in that movie because that came out after the, I believe after the Fox series had started, and so had its, you know, started from scratch continuity, and or it was close around the time. I'd have to when I'm not actively playing a game, look at the years. But yeah, I know the TMNT CGI one kind of had that weird thing because they were trying to make references to the events of the old movies, at least in a subtle way where you could say, oh yeah, it's supposed to continue the continuity even if you weren't 100% sure. It's like you could believe it if you wanted it to. Say as well. Like being flanked on both sides. I should probably rely on my jumping more. But then they were also, like, clearly stuff had gone on that, because they had jumped a few years of time, so it was like clearly things had gone on that were not addressed in the movies. So it was, you know, they had to kind of spend a lot of time in the first chunk of the movie addressing all the changes to continuity. Not so much changes, but the things that had occurred off screen, basically. So that Ninja Train. Whoop. I like my bow flip. So that kind of like put the movie in an awkward place. So it's I can't remember this guy's name because I only knew him as an action figure. I don't remember him from the cartoons. I want to say like Upchuck or something. Well, no, the other one was Ground Chuck. So yeah, I totally cannot remember Minor Mole Rat guy's name. I think it's a mole because Splinter's the rat and they have the Rat King even though he's a human. Which again, I think I had said this on Tournament Fighters when we briefly fought Rat King towards the end of story mode, but I love what they did with the Rat King in the current IDW comics. Like, that is... And he's a character. If you look at the different comic book and TV show continuities, like, that's a character where they did a lot of... Like, they take advantage of the fact he was a character that only showed up a few times in any given continuity to, you know, to really, you know, mess around with it and have some fun with it. Okay, you get stuck, big hits in. So that's always good. Come on, I don't want to get hit with the beams. Okay, give him a second to fire. Yeah, we'll finish doing our movie wrap-ups once I get through the boss, because this is tricky, and I don't want to die too many more times. Come on. There you go, come on. Get frustrated. Yes. Okay, we're starting to get the pattern down on this guy. Just can't get sloppy. Gotcha. Oh, come on. You're not blinking yet? God, you got a lot of health. Come on. Ah, dang it. Died right as he hit his open spot. Ah, I let it switch me to Leo. I was messing with the buttons. Alright, that's fine. We'll play Leo for a life. I cut you, man. Oh, now you blink. Now that I switched turtles and I'm hitting you with a sword. Oh, now you're getting... You know, that is blunt weapon prejudice right there. Nah, it's just a coincidence. I'm not one to jump on the P-word scapegoating bandwagon. But yeah. Alright. But yeah, the TMNT CGI movie, like, I feel like they were trying to connect it to a couple different continuities and just got themselves in a weird spot. But if you watch it as a complete standalone movie and just accept, okay, it's a standalone movie that but yeah, if you watch it as a, hey, it's a standalone movie that, you know, takes place later in the Turtles timeline. So they've had encounters with different villains before. They're not first-time rookies. Then, you know, then it's a good movie. It's again, it's certainly something very watchable. And that's the thing, like the Fox cartoon had a lot of good things going for it. They started edging a little bit more towards the teenager sensibility and market. Even though there were plenty of action figures and obviously kids were watching it, they weren't afraid to they weren't afraid to make things feel real and hazardous, like a lot of cartoons where they know little kids are going to be watching do. I was like, oh, we don't want them to be weirded, you know, frightened that something's going to happen to their TV buddies. And I'm like, well, you know, stuff happens to people in real life. You probably should, you know, let them learn how to process those feelings. And that even if something's going bad in the short term, it can still work out in the end. But, yeah. And they had some good, throwback reference jokes to the old cartoon and comics, so that's always nice when you know the history of your adapted franchise. I really didn't watch too much of the third cartoon series, so I'm not going to judge too much on that. This current thing, the rise of the Turtles, like I don't like the looks of them. Like, I'm sorry, and obviously we're gonna get to the elephant in the room. I enjoy the two Paramount Michael Bay movies for what they are, which is it's a different take on the Turtles. Yes, the Turtles are ugly, but you know, if you look at what the base concept of them are, especially in this, where it was not an accident. They were full-blown science lab experiments. Them being ugly and awkward-looking makes a certain in-story logic consistency sense. And people don't like it. And I understand why they don't like it. It goes back to something I was discussing off-camera last night about, you know, there's an old psychological trick that you expect good people to be good looking and bad guys are supposed to be ugly and hideous, and the Turtles are ugly but they're the good guys. But then there was the whole thing about, like, oh, Shredder doesn't, you know, that there's the okay, there we go back to non here. Just because I'm a fanboy. Ah, I hate these little things. There we go. Swarmed on. But yeah, it's... And I know that sounds really shallow and people are going to live in denial, but it's like, oh, we don't do that. But seriously, like, look at any really popular TV show. Oh, big Mauser that you can ride and shoots fireballs. Of course it shoots fireballs. It's not enough to spit baby Mausers and have a big old chomping mouth. Of course it's got to spit fireballs. Oh, and it hops. You'd think that would be enough. It hops and it chomps and spits baby standard size Mausers. No, it's got to be fireballs too. Got to roast the turtle. Everything's got to have fireballs. Whew. Okay. But yeah, what I'm saying is, like, you look at 90% of TV shows and movies. Can I go into hole? Can I go into hole? Okay, I'll go this way then. And your lead protagonists, your heroes you're supposed to cheer for, are good-looking people. And the recurring bad guys, unless they're these super charismatic, nobody knows they're evil, like your Lex Luthor types, are generally, if not ugly, at least not as classically good looking as the hero. And that's where old school literature, like Beauty and the Beast and the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, depending on your particular pronunciation rules. I mean, I believe it's properly Notre Dame, but I see the word and I think the title of female nobility, which is Dame, like Dame Judi Dench. But anyway, that's just me and my weirdness about pronunciations. But yeah, what I'm saying is, like, you know, one of the running themes of stories like that is that it's like, oh, it's the hideous person is the good guy, but they treat it as a big surprise. Like, oh, we're not supposed to find the hunchback appealing, and he's not supposed to get the girl because he's not good looking. So it's something they address. Oh no, we're flooding. Leatherhead! Redneck crocodile with a shotgun! Well, technically he's like Bayou crocodile because he's supposed to be from like Louisiana swamps, but still, backwoods gator with a shotgun. You will have to tweet my partner in crime at his Twitter of @DangerReporter if you would like to quiz him about what kind of shotgun would have the spread that Leatherhead's does, because he is a bit more of a firearms expert than I am. And honestly, his answer would probably be cartoon, because that is just a very precise yet odd spread pattern for a gun. I mean, I assume it's a shotgun. It could be a hunting rifle. It's definitely not a pistol. In fact, you know what? Anybody who watches this stream, I encourage you to do that. That's going to be your personal favor for me. Tweet @DangerReporter and say, hey, go look at the game footage of your buddy there. Ah, chokehold! You know, go look at your footage of when he fought Leatherhead. What kind of gun is that? Would you speculate? Stop chokeholding me! God, he holds you in that way too long. No! It's like the battleship there. They reuse that mechanic. Come on, come on. I can see her so close. Die, Leatherhead, die! God, stupid spinny tail. No, no, chokehold bad, chokehold bad. Let go, let go, let go. Yes. Continue. Alright. See if I still get my 7 lives. Alright, we got 7 lives this time to go through the sewer. So, let's do a quick repeat of this level. Get the Leatherhead. And hopefully we can get through this. But yeah, anyway, going back after my whole psychology thing, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to debate it and try to argue, but I'm sorry, if you just say, oh, well, it's not that they're ugly, it's that it just doesn't look good. I mean, you're still kind of saying the same thing I'm saying. You don't want your good guy characters to look fugly and monstrous. And that's, you know, that's not a judgment thing. It doesn't make you a shallow person. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't hurt your wokeness. None of that. It's simply a matter of that is human psychology. It goes down to our primal animal brains and our desire to mate. And we want to mate with people that we feel have certain primal biological traits. And it's like that's not that's not something to fret over and feel shame and sin over. That's just the nature of humanity and being sentient. But anyway, yeah, I don't mind the Paramount films at all. I will still say that the first live-action Ninja Turtles movie is the best. But I will not say, as some people try to say, that, oh, the Paramount movies are the worst thing the Turtles have ever done. No, I'm sorry, that is Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. There's a reason I didn't bring that show up earlier, because, frankly put, I tried with that show. I really did. I was still in my first run of Ninja Turtles fandom when that came out. You know, the whole, oh, it's done with the live action and the suits like the movies. I really tried, but that just... that show just did not work. That... They tried to give it this Power Rangers feel, because it was done by the same studio, and you'd think that would work, because it's all martial arts, and for an all ages audience, but it just didn't work. No, it's not because of Venus de Milo. I have nothing against the idea of a female turtle who is more of a, self-defense knowing Buddhist than a full-blown ninja. That was actually a nice change of pace. No, it was just more of at that point, the Turtles concept kind of needed a rest, and they brought a lot of new into it to try to refresh the concept before they just let it rest. And I think they just put too much newness in. They needed more of a... I think if it had started off with Shredder as the bad guy and then transitioned into the new guy being the head bad guy and Shredder being out of it and amnesiac and all that they did in the show, they'd done that in like the second season and had the first season be Shredder, and that probably would have helped with the other new stuff they were doing in the show, like having the new 5th female turtle and all that. Yeah, this guy's not bad at all. The sub-bosses are not too god-awful. I just messed up my timing on the fireball there. But yeah, I would say Next Mutation, and honestly the third live-action Turtles movie I feel those are weaker than the two Paramount Bay ones. So, but that is my personal opinion. If you disagree, you do not have to feel offended. You do not have to feel angry because I disagree with you. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to disagree with me. I would be happy to have calm intellectual debates about the subject. But if you just want to sit there and say, "Oh, you suck, you're an idiot, those are horrible movies and they ruin the Turtles," then, I mean, if that's how you feel, you have that right, but don't expect me to give you a lot of personal time in my life for that, because, I mean, I've already heard those opinions. And frankly, I feel that way about Suicide Squad. I think everybody that saw that movie should be issued a refund and an apology, and that anybody that is trying to greenlit a sequel or spin-off of any sort should frankly be fired. I'll go ahead and give you some spoilers, folks. When I mentioned earlier, there's movies that I regretted seeing and that I just can't rewatch. That is it. Like, I tried. I tried to rewatch Suicide Squad, and I got through the first about 20 minutes and had to leave the room because I knew what else was coming, and I was like, this just pizza time. And I was like, this just does not feel like it's like the first 20 minutes is not any better than I thought it was, and I remembered I'm not going to keep sitting through this. Which is horrible because I love the Suicide Squad concept. I love Deadshot. My favorite iteration of him was the pre-New 52 Secret Six comic. I felt he was a great neutral alignment character in that, which felt like what they were trying to do with the Suicide Squad movie version of Deadshot, that they were basing it more on that iteration. A guy that's not just completely cold-hearted and, cares about his kid. But, I like I like the original character of Harley Quinn. What Harley Quinn has become over the years, in both the comics and in Suicide Squad, I have no use for. But I like the character of Amanda Waller when she's done right. I like the character Deadshot when he's done right. Enchantress should have been done a lot better than she was. Rick Flag. Well, honestly, they didn't really mess Rick Flag up too much. He was just... The only real awkwardness with Rick Flag in that movie is because of the general plot itself and the position that the plot put him in. But as far as Rick Flag as a character, I'm like, he was the least of, horribly represented. So, Oh, come on. Come on. Let go. Hurry up and die. God, stop with the chokehold. I don't like it. Dang. God, I'm just bleeding lives on this guy. Thank you. Whew. But yeah, the Paramount movies are, for me, the Paramount Turtle movies are watchable. So, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Maybe I just have different standards for the cartoons and different standards for the live-action movies. Yay! Technodrome! Yeah, I'm sure the mic picked up that drinking of liquid wonderfully there, but I'm sorry, folks. I've been doing a lot of talking on this stream, and sometimes us old people get thirsty when we ramble on, so. Yeah. I'm a ninja, look at me flip. I'm a ninja, watch me kick. I'm a ninja. Crazy mech eggs. I'm a ninja, don't shoot me. Yeah. I definitely would not have gotten this far on standard difficulty with only 3 lives. So, you know what? And I feel no shame, because as I said, this was a in-game code. So, it is what it is. If you want to say I'm not MLG, if you want to say I'm not beating it legitimately, you know what? That's fine. Again, we can certainly have a calm, logical debate about what qualifies as pure game playing, but you know what? I never advertise this channel as watch me be a great butt kicker. This channel has always been more a matter of watch me play games I enjoy playing that you may or may not have ever played or seen or even heard of. Except for when I do the Mario games, because I'm just in a mood where I want to play Mario. Because we all know Mario. And no, I'm not going to do the super obscure Mario games, because there's no such thing as a super obscure Mario game on the internet. You know, everybody's heard of Mario is Missing in Mario's Time Machine now. Most people know about the awkward 3DO Hotel Mario. Heck, even Mario Preschool has gotten highlight on major gaming channels. Obscure Mario games really are no longer a thing. Ah, pizza time! Okay, you have like infinite bazooka ammo. What the hell, bro? Really? I want a bazooka with infinite ammo. Ah! So many bowling balls trying to crush me. Some are being ridden, some are not. Come on, come on. What you got? What you got? What you know good? Who's your governor? Huh? Who's your governor? Right. Right, I'm gonna smack you with my stick. Because you're not saying who's your governor. You don't want to play along. You want to be a spoil spot. You want to be a kidder. Well, there you go. That's what you get. Look, partially made ninja robots. Seriously though, I mean, I do really want to highlight this. Like, you have the complete endoskeleton, or exoskeleton. No, inside would be endo. Endoskeleton. You have the bottom is on, but the top isn't fitted. You have the fully programmed, but still in its docking position ones. Like, that's just a really good detail to put in the bad guy factory production facility looking level of the Technodrome. You know, like even the ones you fight, you see them getting put together like this. You know, that is just a really neat thing. But yeah, that was a cartoon show idea of, oh, you fight robots, so we don't have to show too much explicit violence. Or it would be like, if it would be somebody organic, it would be like the rock people, and it was like, oh, well, they just get knocked out because they're rocks, so they're sturdy, they don't die. You know, they're inhuman. The human-looking things have to be robots. God, because some of them are high and some of them are low, and it's just, with the shadows. Yeah, see, that really messes with your head. I could track this if I wasn't also fighting bad guys, but like trying to, it's just too much information going on at once. This is. Okay, there we go. Yep. See, that was a high one. Okay, that's high. Woo! Yeah, that is just, that can mess with your brain if you, with the rapid going back and forth. That was a trip. Come on, come on. Who's your buddy? Who's your buddy? I'm your buddy. Wait, was the wolf Toka or Razor? I want to say it's Razor, because razor sharp claws, and Toka is a turtle. The alliteration of it all, but yeah, I'm just wailing on him at this point. Which I really shouldn't be doing. Ice breath, ice breath. Well, at least it's not fireballs. You know, we had like 3 other things shoot fireballs at us before. Okay, yeah, we're gonna jump. We're gonna jump kick. We're gonna jump kick. No, 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 no icy, no icy. No ice cubes. No, no, being frozen solid is bad. That hurts my feelings. Come on, Blinky. Come on, Blinky. There we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, come on, come on. Just spam it, spam it. Well, I think I can get there. I think I can get there. Come on. Nope, no. He's dashing. He's dashing. God. Yep, see? It's that final phase where it starts getting trickier. Nah, I'm gonna die. Alright. Okay, come on. Alright. It's April! In her infamous yellow jumpsuit! Oh, dude, this can't be the last level. I think Krang's supposed to show up, too. I'm not lucky enough to have gotten to Shredder already, have I? Come on, you little laser sword punk. Yep. Oh, see, he does the throws that I do too. Except I can't actually throw him when I do the throw, because he is Shredder. He is all powerful. He is all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be. Come on. No, can't get thrown. Woo! What you say good, April? You got a kiss for me? Did we do it? Thank you! Look! Isn't that Krang's spaceship in the sky above Manhattan Island? Hey, Shredder is getting away! Whew. Okay, not quite. I didn't think it was only 6 stages. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's more than 6. Actually, that's a good question. How many levels are there? I know, this is just horribly boring. Okay, 8 levels, so yeah, we got 2 more levels to go, folks. Ooh, hey, got a life back from super points. So, yeah, I think it's like every 50,000 is a life, or something like that. But okay, 8 levels, so, and we just started 7, so I don't know. We're just gonna, I know I've already been playing for a while now, but I usually don't play for super long, because I usually suck at video games. Or I make multi-parters. Eee! That was stupid of me. Well, we're just going to keep playing this for a little bit, because, yeah, we're just going to see how far I get. I don't know. Maybe I'll... Oh, then again, I'm getting my butt kicked here. By the Mausers. See, I'm hesitant to jump kick because I don't want to fall off. I got to jump kick this way so the... I got to time this stuff. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Stupid cat. I'm gonna hurt you. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Oh, God. Stop hovering up here. I don't have a hover disc. I feel jealous. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Alright, just base soldiers. Nothing crazy. That's workable. Oh, no. Too many shadows to track. Alright, alright. Oh no! Alright, alright. Come on, come on. Stupid. Ah! Okay, I'm getting frustrated. I gotta calm down here. Yep. There we go. Just gonna have to jump. There we go. There we go. We got some rhythm going here, folks. We got some rhythm. Alright, is this... I'm trying to think. I have like, what? 1, 2 more continues. A few extra. So set of 7. Alright, you know what, folks? Because I do want to avoid having super long videos. What we're going to do is, we're going to save state this, and we're going to part 2 this game. Because I am not likely to burn through these last couple lives, plus a whole nother continues worth of lives in the next few minutes. And I've already hit just over an hour, which I try to make as my benchmark for my videos. Yeah, we're sitting at like an hour and 4 minutes, so we're going to part 2 this next week. This was not planned, but you know what? It's a great game, and I do want to show off the rest of it, so I appreciate everybody who watched with me, and I will see you next week as we hopefully beat the last 2 levels of Ninja Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project. If not, I might just go back to that cheat menu at the beginning and jump to the last level just to show it off. I don't know. I'll decide at the time. But yes, folks, we're going to be back next week. We're going to finish this game off. Join us then. Turtle Power!